Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this class. My name is Christelle, and this is Grow With Me Yoga, a place where you get to come as you are and grow as you go. If you clicked on the link for this video, then chances are that you're looking for a little bit of a workout. So that is exactly what today is going to be. We're going to build a little bit of a sweat in the body. It's not even going to be that long, but it could be a bit sweaty for some. But we'll have our little relax at the end. So when you're ready, grab a mat, dress real comfortable, and let's do some yoga. We'll start with a good old Ujjayi breath, ocean breath. We'll take real slow breaths in and out, really lengthen that exhale. We'll breathe through the nose in and out and get really comfortable while we're breathing. So if you haven't already, get your Ujjayi breath. Let's breathe together. Slow, easy breaths in and out as you relax the tailbone, relax the lower back. Let's relax the knees and feel the feet in the mat. Let's feel the torso lifting out of the seat. If you haven't already, start to really lengthen your exhales. We'll breathe deep as we gently lift the shoulders up. Take them, roll them back down the shoulder blades, relaxing the elbows towards the hips. Let the shoulders naturally relax and hang down. The chest is open. The shoulder blades are close together at the back, like you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades, but you don't have to over squeeze it. You can just gently open the chest and really fully breathe in. Fully experience that length of your breath in. Feel how your breath fills your body and how the exhale relaxes your body, relaxes your mind, maybe even relaxes your mood. If you would like to readjust your seat, now is the time. Then we'll take some side stretches from here. We'll take a moment to really relax the seat. Again, finding that anchor in the tailbone and also that anchor in the feet as we bring the awareness towards the feet. So from here, let's take some side stretches, quickly warm up the upper body, and then we'll head into some cat-cows. Let's relax the seat. We'll bring the left arm out to the side, find a grip in the hands. Notice where your limits lie in your body. On a breath in, we'll bring the right arm up behind the ear. Let's see how far we can stretch the hand out. We'll wiggle the fingers once the arm is up. And then let's breathe as we check in with the supporting arm. Are we gripping in a good way? Are we lifting out of the shoulder so we're never dunking down in the shoulders? And then let's take one more smooth, deep breath in as we look up under the arm, maybe rotate the chest a little open if this feels good in your body. And then on a breath in, let's gently rotate the torso towards the mat. And we'll gently come back to center. Take a moment, a breath in the middle. Notice the contrast between your sides, stretched, unstretched. What does that feel like if you could put a word to each side? Noticing contrast. Which side of the contrast are you looking at? Are you looking at the rough side? Are you looking at the smooth side, the liquid side, the sandy side? Interesting thoughts to play with. Deep breath in. On the breath out, let's bring the right hand to the mat. We'll plant the hand down. Find your grip in your hand. Find a safe space in your body. The seat remains planted all the time, and on the next breath in, you can bring your hand behind your ear, stretch it out. Let's take the side stretch fully, and then we'll check in as we breathe. Find that grip, find that support from below, that lift out of the supporting arm, the space between the shoulders and the ears. Check that the neck is free. You can wiggle the fingers of the left hand. Then we'll take a deep breath in as we open up through the chest, maybe look up under the arm. Breathing in, let's turn the torso back towards the mat, and from there we'll gently push up, come back to center, find your middle point, take a breath in and out, notice the sides together. Let's check in with the feet in the mat, bring your attention to your feet. We'll bring our awareness to our breath. Checking that the mind is clear and we are here, present in this moment. And then we'll move over onto all fours for cat and cow. Let's gently come onto hands and knees. We'll bring the knees under the hips, the wrists under the shoulders. Let's lift out of the hands. We've got grip in the fingers. We're evenly distributing weight in the whole surface of the palm. Gently rotate on the wrists. Let's wake up the wrists a little bit before we head in. Notice the tops of your feet in your mat as we breathe. Slowly in and out. Bring awareness to the navel, slightly drawing the navel in support for the lower back. Check in with the lower back as well. We're not aiming the tailbone to the sky. Nowhere during this practice do we want to be squishing the lower back. So we'll be doing things to avoid that. Little extras like taking your breath, really filling the lungs, feeling that diaphragm push down and the belly expand, blowing our bodies up like a balloon in order to open up in the lower back. When you're ready, you can come to a still position. We're going to take our first cow pose. So before we go, let's make sure that the tops of the feet are planted in the mat. We're lifting through the hands, and then we'll take that deep breath into the lungs. Look up on the breath out. Scoop the tailbone as we draw the navel towards the spine, rounding through the spine as we come into cat pose. So we're opening up between each vertebra here. On your next breath in, let's go back to cow pose, opening up the chest, looking forward, slightly up. And we'll breathe out for cat, rounding through the spine, the chin meets the chest. Deep breath in for cow, opening up the front body. And out for cat, opening up in the back body. We'll take a deep breath in as we come to a neutral position. From here, you are welcome to take a moment to sit back on your heels to rotate your wrists, or you can head straight to downward facing dog if your wrists are still feeling okay. It's always important no matter where you are in your practice, to make sure that your body is safe, that you are not straining. We do mindful practice. Right, meeting you in downward facing dog. If you're not there yet, we'll bring the hands a little bit forward, as wide as the mat, wide fingers grip, tuck the toes, let's bring the hips back and up. You can pedal out if you need, making sure you're still gripping into the full surface of your palm, right to the fingers. You can keep your knees bent if it feels better in your body. You can stay up on the toes if it feels good. When you're ready, let's come to a still position, making sure that the elbows are pointed backwards. We're pushing away from the mat and relaxing the neck. If it feels good, you can straighten the knees a bit, bring the heels to the mat, and maybe you're a seasoned yogi and you've been in your down dog this whole time. Deep breath in and out. Let's relax the neck. Right, gripping through the fingers, let's take a deep breath in as we slowly look towards the hands. On the breath out, we'll gently walk to the top of the mat. We're coming towards the hands, so if you can lift your hands off the mat if this feels better for you. And then we'll keep the knees bent. We'll rest the torso on the knees, trying to close the gap between the torso and the legs. Relax the neck. Your hands can be up on blocks or they can be down next to your feet, elbows pointed backwards. Relax the neck. Full, deep, smooth breaths. We'll take a deep breath in as we bring the hands to the shins and lift up halfway. Shoulders are rolled back, lengthened in the spine. On the breath out, we'll bend the knees, slowly fold back down. Let's do 2 more just like that. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Belly's drawn in to support the lower back, forward fold. Right. Let's breathe in as we really bend the knees. On the breath out, scoop the tailbone. As we round through the spine, we're going to come back up. We're coming into a standing position. On a breath in, we'll gently bring the arms up along the ears. Stretch them up. Maybe here you want to even come up on your toes and really stretch up. Relaxing it down when you're ready. Breathing out, bring your hands to your heart. Feel the toes in the mat. Feel your heels. Deep breaths in and out. In this moment, there's a little bit of a mist train going, telling me that it is time to speed things up. So we'll be speeding it up. Let's release the hands. We'll roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the palms by the sides. Check in with your feet that they're comfortable. Toes are planted. Heels are planted. Try and have your feet about shoulder width distance, not too wide for this one. Or if you want to go full balance mode right from the start, you can bring your feet together. But I would suggest a little bit apart. The lower back is relaxed. We'll squeeze the glutes for this one because we're starting to speed up that bit of a fire that we're working on. Shoulders rolling back, down. Palms open, facing forwards. Let's really open the hands, stretching through the fingertips. Check in. Are you squeezing the quads? Are you squeezing your glutes? Is your core active? Are your ribs tucked? Shoulders rolled back and down together like they're squeezing that pencil. You can squeeze a little more open now if it feels good. And remember, no matter how fast we go, you can always pause the video and take it a little slower. Let's take one more round of breath here. Full body activation. Check in with the mind that the mind is clear and you are here. And your next breath in. Let's bring the arms slowly up towards the ears. We'll stretch as we lift out of this squeeze. On the breath out, let's bend the knees. We'll fold from the hip crease, slowly coming forward. The belly is drawn in support of the lower back, gently coming down, forward fold. Let's take a breath in for halfway lift. Shoulders roll back, the belly is in as we lengthen in this halfway lift. Breathing out, forward fold. Let's bring the hands to the mat. We're going to step back for plank pose. One leg, then the other. Let's get settled in, really plant the hands, grip through the fingers, getting that straight line as we scoop the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. The belly is really drawn in. We're lifting away from the mat. Deep breaths in. You can lower down onto your knees if this feels like too much. Then we'll take a deep breath in as we come forward on the toes. Squeeze the elbows in. You can lower your knees down. As you breathe out, lower your chest down. And then we'll come down all the way, mind the cat, all the way down onto the belly. All right, take a breath on your belly here if you need. Before we head into the next position, you can rest your forehead on the mat. All right, well, let's get set for this first round of Cobra pose, and then the next few rounds we'll take it much faster. So we'll roll the shoulders back, we'll bring the elbows towards the hips. We're pushing into the tops of the feet. The pelvis pushes into the mat. Then we're going to do that blowing up of the balloon breath. So we'll really take a full breath and let all of that push down and expand in the belly, like you're pushing your belly into the mat, lifting the chest. And as you breathe out, we'll take it slowly back down. All right, let's take two more just like that. Sync it with a breath. Deep breath in as we roll the shoulders back. Take that breath, pushing the pelvis into the mat. Got your balloon belly breath, and we'll relax it down. Last one, deep breath in and out. All right, from here, let's tuck the toes on a breath in. We'll keep the hands where they are. We're going to take a deep breath in as we push up onto the knees, bring the hips back. You can readjust your hands if you need. We're going back to downward facing dog as we lift the hips up high. Pedal it out if you need. Take a few rounds of breath as you do your check-ins. Grip through the hands, elbows are pointed back, lifting away from the mat, relaxing the neck. The tailbone is round, not aiming to the sky. The belly is drawn in slightly. If it feels good in your body, relax here, straighten the legs, plant the heels. One more round of breath. Next breath in, we'll look forward towards the hands. Breathing out, we're going to walk to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. Bend the knees, relax the torso, relax the neck. If it feels good, you can here grab opposite elbows, take a ragdoll, forward fold. Let's take a deep breath in with a halfway lift. We'll really draw the belly in, support the lower back here. Breathing out, let's bend the knees, fold back down, but we're also scooping the tailbone and we're rounding to the top in the same exhale. The arms are heavy as we come back up into a standing position. Breath in as we bring the arms up along the ears, stretch them up, rise onto your toes if it feels good and stable in your body. And then we'll relax it down, breathing out, hands to your heart. Take a moment, notice how your body feels after that round. We've got 2 more rounds just like that coming up, but we're going to take them faster each time. As we stand, as we breathe, plant the toes, plant the heels. We will find that micro bend in the knees. Relax your hands by your sides. The shoulders are rolled back and down. You can start to go full body activation. Activate the glutes, squeeze them, activate the quads, squeeze the quads, draw the belly in, really activate your whole ab section, the whole torso. The ribs are tucked, your shoulders are rolled back and down. So open in the chest, open in the palms. Feel that stretch into the hands, into the tips of the fingers. Checking that the tailbone is still tucked. Still squeezing in the glutes, full body activation, and remember to breathe. Check that the neck is relaxed though and the jaw is relaxed. Softened in the face. Right, next breath in brings us out of this as we bring the hands up along the ears, stretch up. Relaxing it down into your forward fold. We'll bend the knees, fold from the hip crease, gently coming down, forward fold. Plant the hands. Immediately let's step back with the right leg, left leg, plank pose. All right. Settle in here. Tailbone is scooped, the belly's drawn in. We're lifting away from the mat. Let's take a few breaths here. Next breath in, coming forward on the toes, breathing out, squeeze the elbows in, we're lowering down all the way onto the mat, straight body if you'd like. Next breath in, we'll gently push the pelvis into the mat as we rise for that cobra. Breathing out, relaxing back down. Let's take one more. Last one for good luck. Then we'll breathe deep as we tuck the toes. We've got the elbows squeezed into the sides. Now you can lift up by going to your knees, or you can go lift up full body plank, whichever works well for you and your body. Take a deep breath to prepare. Breathing out, we'll lift up into plank. Lift the hips up high, downward facing dog. Take a moment. A Few deep breaths in and out as you settle into your downward facing dog. We'll take a deep breath in as we look forward. Breathing out, step to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. Let's take a deep breath in for halfway lift. And forward fold on the breath out. One more round of breath. And on your next exhale, let's bend the knees, scoop the tailbone, start to round to the top. Taking that breath in as we come up and bring up the arms. And relaxing down, hands to your heart on your breath out. Take a moment, plant your toes, plant your heels. Find that micro bend in your knees and just check in with the body. Notice how your body feels. Check in with the shoulders. Are the shoulders rolled back, down, relaxed? Neutral in the shoulders. Still open in the chest. Feel the pressure between each fingertip. Check in with the mind. Is the mind clear? Are you here? Let's take a deep breath in as we release the hands. We're bringing the arms wide up overhead on this breath in. Let's bring the palms to touch at the top. And on the breath out, we'll bend the knees, going into forward fold. This next round will be a little bit faster, so keep up. We'll bring the hands to the mat. We'll step back with the left leg, then the right leg, plank pose. Deep breath in, scoop the tailbone, lift away from the mat, the belly draws in. We'll stay for the exhale. Deep breath in, coming forward on the toes, squeeze the elbows in. On the breath out, we're going all the way down, or you can pause at chaturanga. We'll take a deep breath in for cobra or upward facing dog. And we'll relax it back down onto the belly. Take a moment. Then we'll take a breath in as we tuck the toes. We're headed back to our downward facing dog. So breathe to prepare. On your breath out, we'll push up plank. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Take a breath or two. Deep breath in as we look forward. Breathing out, we'll step to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. Let's take a deep breath in forward fold. And out, relax it all down. You can again grab opposite elbows, take a ragdoll fold. Right, let's take a deep breath in. Let's take a halfway lift. Breathing out, bend the knees, forward fold, same exhale, scoop the tailbone, we'll round through the spine, push into the feet as we rise. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, hands to your heart. Take a moment, check in with your body, replant your feet if you need, and then we'll plant the toes, plant the heels, find a micro bend in the knees. Return to that Ujjayi breath with that lengthened exhale, which also happens to be the perfect way that we reset our nervous systems, just by lengthening the exhale, bringing awareness to the breath. Okay, we've got one more round coming up, so let's return to the breath. Notice how the sound of your breath helps you to clear your mind. Let's really plant the toes and the heels. We'll lift out of the legs, but keep that micro bend. Scoop the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, activate the quads, activate the core. Shoulders are rolled back. You can release the hands by your sides. Feel that stretch right into the fingertips. If this feels like too much for your arms, you can relax your fingers. Right, let's take a deep breath in as we bring the arms up overhead. Stretch up. Breathing out, let's bend the knees. We'll fold from the hips, coming into forward fold. Relax the neck. We'll take a deep breath for halfway lift. Forward fold, hands come to the mat. Let's step back with the right leg. Send the right leg to the back of the mat. We'll find a lunge here. You can lower down onto your knee, or you can lift the back knee and just challenge yourself a bit here. Checking that the hips are squared off, making sure that the fingers are easily gripping, and you can be up on a set of blocks here if that is better for your body. Let's take a deep breath in as we lengthen through the spine. Send the tailbone to the end of the mat, so really lengthening and into the back of the neck. One more round of breath. Breathing out, let's lower down the back knee. You can untuck the toes at the back, bring the top of the feet to the mat as we breathe in, look forward, maybe chin reaches up. On the breath out, we're taking a half split, so you can bring the hips over the back knee, try to flex the front foot. You can walk your hands back or come up on blocks if you need more space here, but wherever you find yourself, let's try to keep that lengthened spine. Check that the neck is relaxed, the spine is lengthened, the hips are squared off. If it's not, give yourself more space. Then we'll take a breath in as we come back into our low lunge. Breath out, let's tuck the back toes. Breath in, let's lift the back knee. Breath out, let's plant the back foot, pivot on the back foot so you can kick a little forward. Get that foot at like a 45-degree angle. Let's still square off in the hips. And if this feels like way too much for you, you can scoot that back leg a little bit forward. Hips are squared off. torso squared off. We'll take a deep breath in as we lift the torso up. Coming into a standing position, let's internally rotate that back foot. So push the foot into the mat and twist it inward to try and get this hip a little bit more in if it needs. We'll scoop the tailbone as much as we can here so that there's no pinching in the lower back. The shoulders are relaxed. You can, on a breath in, bring your arms up overhead here. Breathing out, let's come and bring the arms into cactus arms. So, warrior one with cactus arms. Let's take a deep breath in as we bring the arms up. Breathing out, cactus arms. Let's take a breath in as we bring the elbows slightly forward, the palms go slightly back. We can look up, trying to keep the belly in to support the lower back. And on the breath out, let's really draw the belly in as we bring the torso forward, bring the hands to the mat, lift the back heel, plant that knee, and let's head to child's pose. Bring the hips back, slide this leg out, come over onto the knees. We'll sit back on the heels and fold down into child's pose. You want to bring your head onto the mat, relax your forehead, or if that feels like too much, you can stack your head on fists. Let's take 3 to 5 rounds of breath here. Right, we'll take a breath in as we bring the awareness into the hands, grip through the fingers. On the breath out, we'll scoop the tailbone as we start to round through the spine, coming back up into a tabletop. From there, you're going downward facing dog, so you can tuck your toes, lift your hips up high, make your way into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here, take a few breaths in your down dog, do your check-ins. Relax the neck. You can find some mindful movement here if it feels good in your body. Sticking with your breath. Find a grip in the hands, extra grip as we look forward, breathing in. Breathing out, we're going forward, fold. Step the feet forward, come to the top of the mat, keep the knees bent, relax the torso. Yeah, option to grab opposite elbows, ragdoll forward fold. Or you can just bring your hands next to your feet. Either way, take a deep round of breath. Can give the neck a little wiggle. And we'll take one more breath in. Breathing out, we'll bend the knees, scoop the tailbone, rounding to the top, nice and slow. Push the feet into the mat as we rise. Breath in as the arms come up. Relaxing down on the breath out. Take a moment, check in with your body, check in with your mind. Mentally prepare for that same sequence on the other side. Let's take a breath in as we plant the toes, plant the heels. Shoulders are rolled back. Chest is open. Feel the grip between each fingertip. And then we'll release the hands, bring the palms by the sides. Checking that the neck is relaxed and the jaw is relaxed. You can lick your lips and swallow. Then we'll take a deep breath in as we find that micro bend. Squeeze the glutes. The tailbone is scooped. The lower belly is so active. The whole core is active. The rib cage is tucked. Shoulders rolled back, down. Palms open. The neck is free. The jaw is free. We'll take a deep breath in to release out of this hold. Breathe in. Reach the arms up. Breathing out. Let's forward fold. We'll bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left leg. Coming into that lunge. Squaring off the hips. Find good grip in the fingers, whether that's on the mat, on blocks. We're trying not to overextend the knee by sending the knee too far past the ankle. Belly's drawn in. We'll take a deep breath in. And then we'll lower down the back knee on the breath out. And we'll untuck that back foot. All right. Low lunge. Let's open up through the chest. Look forward. Bring the chin slightly up. Breathing out, we're taking that half split. Hip comes over the back knee. We'll flex through the front foot. Give yourself as much space as you need here to easily maintain your length through your spine. And still being able to have your shoulders rolled back and open in the chest here. Deep breaths in and out. Relax the neck. Then we'll take a deep breath in to come back into that low lunge. Breathing out, let's tuck the back toes. Deep breath in as we lift the back knee. Let's stay here for the exhale as we pivot the back foot. We're coming into that warrior one on the other side. So find your 45-degree angle at the back. Check that the hips are squared off. If that feels like too much, scoot that back foot a little bit forward. We'll take a deep breath in as we rise with the torso. Settle in as we push that back foot into the mat. Internally rotate it. Make sure that the outside of the foot and the inside of the foot is firmly planted. If it feels like too much, bring your legs closer together. Hips are squared off. You're not squeezing in the lower back. The tailbone is scooped. And bring your arms up on a breath in. Check like that the front knee is over the front ankle. You'll breathe deep. Wiggle the fingers. Breathing out, cactus arms. Deep. Bring the arms up. Breathing out, cactus arms. Deep breath in, arms up. Breathing out, cactus arms. Now let's breathe deep as we bring the elbows forward, take the hands back, maybe look up, open in the chest. And on the breath out, let's really draw the lower belly in as we start to come forward. Bring the hands to the mat, lift the back heel. We're headed to that child's pose, so you can plant that back knee, slide this leg out, come down for your child's pose. Relax the forehead on the mat. or stacked on fists. If it feels good, you can bring your hands next to your heels. Right, deep breath in as we bring the hands up towards the top of the mat. Awareness into the grip. On the breath out, we'll scoop the tailbone round through the spine, coming back into a tabletop. And from here, we're going to come into a seated position. So you can maybe come a little bit forward, cross the ankles, sit back, or just come into a comfortable seat where your legs are stretched out ahead of you. Let's flex the toes to the sky. We'll sit here, really feel the seat, feel the heels in the mat, feel the calves in the mat, feel the hamstrings in the mat. Feel the breath in your body. Let's get a little bit more relaxed. Let's point the toes and flex the feet and crunch the toes and flex the toes and point the feet and flex the feet and crunch the toes and flex the toes. Gently wiggle your feet from side to side. And from here, we're going to come down onto our backs and relax all of this out a bit. So take a hold of your knees. We'll scoop the tailbone and slowly round down onto our backs as we bring the knees into the chest. You can interlace your fingers around your knees. If you can interlace elbows, you can do that as well. Wherever you find yourself, let's flex the feet, relax the shoulders. Deep breath in and out. On a breath out, if it feels good, you can bring your nose up towards your knees. Stay here for a moment. And then relax back down. Let's relax the hold of our knees here. We'll bring the feet to the mat. We're going to make a figure four and thread a needle. So you can bring your left ankle, cross your right knee. We've got a figure four. Let's thread the needle, interlace the fingers behind the hamstring of the right leg. Flex the toes of both feet. We're making good, clean cut angles for this one. So from here, you can stay right here as we take a few rounds of breath, or you can try to pull this leg a little closer to your chest. Find the depth of the stretch in your body. If you're looking for more, you can maybe interlace the fingers around the knee. We'll relax the shoulders and checking that the neck is relaxed. One more round of breath. On the next breath in, let's gently release the hold, bring the feet to the mat. Take a moment to just place your feet wide and bring your knees together. Let's rest in the center here. You can flip your palms, let them face upward. Take a breath in. Relax the body on the breath out. Then we'll take that figure four to the other side. Right ankle crosses left knee. We'll interlace the hands, thread the needle, keep the feet flexed, clean cut angles. Breathe deep. You can find your level by pulling closer or interlacing the hands over the knee even. We'll take about 5 more rounds of lengthened Ujjayi breaths. One more round of breath. On the next breath in, gently release the hold, relax the feet. Let the knees fall to the inside. Let the palms face up. Rest by the sides. Then we'll take some windshield wiper movement here. So let's take a few rounds of deep breath in as we bring the knees over to the one side. Feel it for a moment, and then we'll take them over to the other side. You can take your own pace that feels good, depending on how hard the rain is falling. Deep, smooth breaths in and out. Take one more round of breath. Then we'll bring the knees back into the chest. Give them a squeeze. And then we'll relax on a breath in as we send our legs out to the corners of the mat. Allow your feet to fall open to the sides. Tuck the shoulder blades. Bring the small of the back close to the mat. You can bend your knees and just tuck your tailbone. And send your legs out long again. The art of relaxing with a cat attacking your leg. Let's take a breath in as we bring the awareness into the feet. The toes, tops of the feet, soles of the feet, the ankles, up the legs towards the knees. Breathing out will relax the legs, relax the feet, relax the knees and the back of the knees. Feel the quads relax in the hamstrings and the hips and the glutes. Feel your lower belly relax as your breath escapes all the way. Relax the pelvic floor. Let's breathe deep, fill the lungs all the way. And on the breath out, we'll relax the shoulder blades and the shoulders and the back, upper back, lower back, sides of the body. Breathing deep, let's fill the lungs all the way. And on the breath out, we'll relax the chest. Relax the throat and the neck. Relax the jaw and the back of the head. Let's relax the arms. Feel the weight of the elbows where they lie. Feel the weight of the hands. Let's relax the face. Relax the right side of the face. And then the left side of the face. Relaxing the ears, the top of the head and the forehead. We'll relax the cheeks and the jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. On your next lengthened exhale, let's feel the whole body relax from head to toe. You can stay here for as long as you need. And if you're ready to take on the rest of your day, you can take a deep breath in, fill your body all the way. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your neck from side to side. The next breath in can serve as a good morning stretch. Let's slowly bring the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And rock a little from side to side. And when you're ready, you can roll over onto your side. Push yourself into a seated position. Coming up nice and slow. Getting comfortable and taking a moment just to check in with the body. Notice how the body feels. Check in with the mind. And check in with your mood. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep conscious breath in. Fill the lungs all the way, fill the body. And out. Let's take one more full breath and out. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I wish you well throughout the rest of your day. Namaste.